All right, YouTube, gonna check in real quick for a little bit of a baby intro, but most of it's gonna be just me talking. I'm here live on twitch.tv/OhChev. We're here with Twitch chat. What are we doing? Well, breaking down my philosophy on how to hit with big guys, what I changed, what I do now in games, how I've learned how to hit with these guys better and more consistently, and get value out of guys like Aaron Judge and Frank Thomas, who normally should have good value but don't because they're kind of hard to hit with, and why they're hard to hit with. Pretty simple stuff. We're gonna dive right into an extra innings game. It's gonna be super easy stuff. Gonna explain as I go and keep playing. I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, like it, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the deal. I'll catch you at the end. All right, so basically my philosophy now with hitting with big guys, it's kind of stemmed up from this belief that like a lot of the issues come from launch angle. Learning how to play the game and learning what the game, like the feedback means. It's essentially like a lot of the times you feel like these guys hit ground balls, like ground ball machines. It's because of launch angle. I always notice that whenever I square up a ball and it's just like a little shitty ground that with Aaron Judge, I'm like, what happened here? I look and the launch angle was close to 0, and I'm like, what the hell? I feel like I was right there. I think a lot of it has to do with where you start your PCI, and normally I'd start at mid-up or middle-in or whatever with anybody normal because the journey downward isn't that long, and their swings are a little bit different. But these bigger guys have a longer swing path. They have to swing underneath. Like, Judge has to swing down and up because he's so big. So keeping that in mind, this is all just speculation, by the way, but keeping that in mind, I decided to change the philosophy of hitting with big guys, kind of just start down and in, and kind of work from low to high, which I usually don't do, with the chance, or with the opportunity in mind of just kind of like grabbing the ball on the way up. I'll explain. So like instead of starting up here and mashing down and having a long path to get into the ball and always catching it on top, I start generally like around here and move my way up. Another reason why it's so difficult to hit with these big guys is because, I mean, look at the size of their zone. This is Aaron Judge's real problem in real life. It's so high, it's so low, he gets called a lot of ankle strikes. You have a lot of room to cover with that PCI, a lot of real estate to traverse. So if you're catching an outlier fastball, you're aiming up and in with your PCI, and that thing's low and away, or vice versa. You have a long ways to get to that PCI. It's going to take forever for you to get there. It's going to be harder to cover that region, just the way it is. So that in mind, I'm going to start my PCI where I've been starting like a little bit down here. And I just find that I have a better time scooping it, and I'll get more consistent launch angles. And I don't know, for some reason, I feel like it's easier to read strikes and balls when you're looking from a low to high perspective with gigantic people. Okay, wow. I always forgot that thing is very slow. First swings of the day, give me a break. Okay, that was a dot. But yeah, essentially, that's my logic there, because I noticed I was running into way too many ground balls with guys like Aaron Judge. It's hard for me to practice. I can go into practice mode and show this a little bit better, which I'll probably do after this, but I want to just kind of show it in a live situation versus an actual pitcher you'd see. That was a little bit better. I felt like my vision, I feel like I didn't have to pick up the ball again. Like, I feel like when I'm aiming up with a big guy, I have to go low and high, drop up and down. I started a little bit there. I was still on, the launch angle wasn't there, but we're trying to get there. We're trying to get there. Jesus Christ.
What do you got?
All right. Same deal with Frank. You don't want to get beat here. This is a tough spot to hit with Frank Thomas. Yeah, I feel like I get jammed down and in way more. There we go. We got underneath it. Now, we're just early, and we're on Oak Street, so the ball's not going to leave. But you saw the logic. You saw my implementation of my hitting philosophy with these tall guys. You saw the pitch I got. My eye level didn't change too much. And I always felt that with Frank Thomas, everyone says up and in, up and up. I think down and in's way harder to hit with Frank Thomas than up and in. I really do. Now, with Chipper Jones, it's a little different. I generally start in the middle because he's not extremely tall, but he does have the same problems that some of these other guys do. But if you wanted to, I'd start low as well. Kind of get around it. That was just a slow pitch. But that's essentially... Okay. That's essentially what it means when I'm saying that's how I hit with bigger guys. I sort of just keep my PCI low, specifically low and in for righties. If it's righty-righty, cover that sinker, and then just work my way up. I feel like that scoop mentality, it's one of those things where it's like a visual reminder. It's not necessarily like guaranteed or it's like an exploit or something. But when I keep it in mind like that, I've had much more success. I've hit way better with bigger guys. I've actually had a pretty good success this year with Frank Thomas randomly. So all that being said, guys, that's pretty much my philosophy. I might go into practice a little bit more to show you guys some more, but that's generally what I'm doing. So I'll catch you guys in practice. Okay, guys, this is a post-stream kind of further explanation because I want to make sure I made it really clear for you guys what my philosophy is with hitting with bigger dudes, and just kind of double down on it and really reiterate my point just in case people don't understand what I'm trying to talk about or what I'm trying to say, I should say. So let's get into it. So right now I have, I'll just show you. I have top left, I have up and in, up and away, low and in, all selected with sinker cutter as the options for Lance McCullers Jr. I'm hitting with Aaron Judge. That is the four corners. It is all the pitches. It is one running away, one running in at all parts of the zone. Pitches you have to generally, essentially the pitches that will really be the out pitches in ranked seasons or an online gameplay on MLB the Show. So I'm explaining to you how I hit with Aaron Judge in this particular instance, how to combat a situation like this where I'm facing a righty who has a relatively hard sinker and a slower cutter, and they can mix all that in between. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start my PCI low and in, because I said it earlier, I want to make it look like I'm rising to the ball, that my barrel will be scooping up the pitch. I want to start low with my eyes and have my eyes go upwards with the pitch as I see it coming in. I feel like I usually start middle in or middle up with all of my guys, but with tall dudes, I want to cover the toughest pitch to hit, which is down and in, at least in my opinion. I think people say up and in. I think down and in is even a little bit harder. All right, let's start there. Okay, front door cutter up and in. Tough one to get to, but we see what we're dealing with here. We see what the strategy is. We see what people usually do when we face them with sinker, cutter, spam. Okay. Now let me wake my ass up here a little bit. Okay. All right. Kind of like hover, get low, come in, crush it. You want to make sure. I have a theory that where you start your PCI, where you're looking, it kind of impacts the launch angle you get. It might be, it could be completely wrong, but I do feel like I'm getting a lot more lift when I'm starting here, instead of going from up all the way up here and mashing down. And I feel like I'm chopping wood with that. I feel like if I'm looking to scoop, looking to elevate, I have more of an easier time getting to these pitches and getting underneath them. I want to be coming up. I want to be starting on the difficult pitches that I'm grounding out on, cover them, and then move up to a high pitch. And if I get to that high pitch on time, I'm going to crush it in the air. I'm very rarely going to hit that on the ground. Just like that. I mean, this is a live series, Aaron Judge. I don't have the rosters. You can't do DD custom practice because who knows why. But that is essentially what you want to do, what I just did right there. I want to make sure I'm covering the pitches that I'm going to roll over on. Because my philosophy and my approach to hitting with big dudes is I don't want to ground out. I want to hit balls in the air. So how do I do that? Because I hit too many ground balls, too many top spin ones with Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. How do I combat that? Well, start where I'm weak, which is right here. Come up top. That was a ground ball out, but even then, a lot of times you're going to smash that one extra hard. Stanton. We'll do Stanton. This is an even better example because he's got a new stance in 22, which is much better, but this one right here is tough to hit with. Boom. Because there's a little twitch and he's covering the plate. But same logic. Just kind of cover your weaknesses. Down in is the worst spot to hit with Stanton too. Boom, smoke it, double down the line. That's pretty much it, guys. I hope this helps you out. If you have any more comments or questions, leave it in the comments. I'll try and address them and help you guys out. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.